Hi, friends. It's March the 14th, 2025. When am I ever going to realize that it's no longer 2024? Why did I retire at 62? Did I really retire at 62? Well, according to the Social Security office, I decided to retire at 62 because I could still carry on a business and keep make so much money until I had to pay 50% taxes on what I earned. Now, another reason. Okay, so if you work anywhere part time and you retire at 62, from what I remember, you're allowed to make so much money, be taxed at the regular price, and not have to give a dollar back for every $2 that you earned. Okay, so that's what I did. I closed my corporation down. I had a counseling center. Saw people with alcohol, drugs, gambling addictions, and mental health addictions. And it was all billed. I didn't get cash under the table or tips or anything like that. I paid tax on every dime that the insurance companies would pay me. So the reason I did that, you got to look at your history of your family. I had a doctor tell me the other day. He says, "Do you know what the best prediction of how long you're going to live is?" And I was thinking, well, maybe it was getting the proper rest, eating the proper food, getting along with people, not fighting, arguing, and all that. He said, no, it's how long your parents lived. It's genetic. Well, for some people it is. Other people, and I read books by people who are in their 90s and 100 and even over 100. I read their books and realize that they lived 30 years past when their parents died. Okay, now why am I wanting to share all this is because my brother died at 66. And if he had not retired early at 62, he wouldn't have made anything if he'd have waited till he was 67, which I think is full Social Security retirement. I'm a full believer in, let me adjust this camera here a little bit if I can. It's not gonna, it may not allow me to do it right. One should be able to see my eyes. If he had waited till he died, he wouldn't have collected one penny of Social Security. So we don't know. We don't know these things. So I went ahead and retired at 62. Right now 76. I had a birthday January the 13th of this year. I turned 76. But it still isn't, it's not hitting me that I'm an old man. Somebody the other day said I looked like I was 55. Another person said I looked like I was 66, and another person said I looked like I was in my early 70s. Okay, so it doesn't matter, does it? Because I don't dress to win a date. Uh, I'm not looking. I'm not on the prowl. Okay, I'm not on the prowl looking to date at all. I like free time. I like sleeping late. I like going where everyone to eat. Yeah, I eat Big Macs from McDonald's. Tonight I had 2 pork chops from a sports bar. So we're talking about what it's like to be retired right now. I guess if I had to focus on one thing, I would say that. Okay, let me give you a hint of what I wish I would make myself do right now. Being 76, or it could be being 60 for some people who may have health problems. I have decided I need to get out of a 3-story house. We've got a top story, my wife and I. Top story, where the bedrooms are. Then on the first floor, living room, kitchen, dining room, living room. And then we got the basement where the man cave. You see the man cave here, don't you? Okay. It's getting harder and harder for me to lift these boxes, and you see things in boxes here. Things I may not even looked at for years. I gotta get rid of this stuff. I need to go down to one level, a 1-floor house. I don't need a basement. I need to get rid of this stuff. They're called attachments. You're attached to books that you bought. You're attached, if you're a man that likes to work on things, I promise you you're attached to your tools. And not only are you attached to your tools, you like that commercial that they're opening up more of those buildings. What's it called? Harbor Freight. We got one just opened up down the street. And then you start thinking, that's not such a bad idea what Kroger has, where they'll bring the groceries out to your car. You just order them and pay for it, and you park, tell them where you're parked, and they'll load it up in your trunk. I haven't started doing that yet. And then the next step is you have them bring it to your house for extra $5. And that might not be all. They may be marking up the things you buy for a few extra cents per item. Not only Kroger, we've got Aldi's doing the same thing. And then you start thinking about needing to hire more hours from handymen. We have one handyman right now that I can trust, and that is about the half the price of what he should be charging me, and I feel obligated to double what he tells me. On the bottom of his card, what caught my attention, and I've had about 10 handyman in the last 2 years. It said, I can do all things through Christ. And that caught my attention. So I called him up for an interview on the phone. And then I had him come over. And then I started referring him to my friends. And they all say the same. He doesn't charge enough. And he'll do anything and everything that you want done. And if you think of 2 or 3 things before he leaves, he'll do those too before he leaves and won't charge for them. Well, I'm there now. I don't repair my own stuff. I'm doing good, really, to order things on Amazon that I need, like vitamins. Not only vitamins, but clothes. Maybe even these clothes. Shampoo, I got some of that the other day. And this isn't because I can't drive. We got 2 cars here. 2 Toyotas, 1 Camry, and 1's a Rev RAV. So it's not that we can't drive or our cars are falling apart. It becomes you're running low on energy. And each day it doesn't pep up a little bit. It goes down a little bit. Okay, so we got a routine. We check the stock market, make any adjustments that need to be made. If you want to see what I say about the stock market, there's 3 or 4 videos before this one that you can watch. It's March the 14th right now, 2025, so that lets you know what dates to look for. What else can I say about getting to be our age? Trips, vacations. We used to fly. See relatives in California a few times a year. Go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Go to anywhere we wanted. I'm trying to think of the one in Michigan we went to, and we'll probably go there again in the next day or two. I'm not day or two, but a month or two. Why am I thinking Sagatuck, Michigan? Does that ring a bell? Sagatuck. A nice resort type area with artists, like artists have their own buildings and selling their own stuff. And there's one guy, one old guy there, younger than me. He has his dog come in and sit while he paints his masterpieces that's made into originals, prints, cards, and postcards. And to say that he is doing well financially is an understatement, but to say that he enjoys his work is a bigger understatement. So we go there to see his dog. We don't go there to talk to him. We pet his dog and talk to his dog. And actually bought some postcards with this dog on it. So I don't have a dog. I don't have a pet right now. Reason for that is because of the maintenance of being sure they go to get a shot on time, get the pills on time, get brushed, get groomed, and all this. And I'm just running on empty. I just can't treat another person in the house. And isn't that what a dog is? It's another person. Now, I may get a cat because I've had a few, and it takes a lot less maintenance. I don't have to go and walk them 3 times a day or 2 times a day. They can find their way to their own restroom in the house, which is sandbox. Well, what else can I tell you about being retired? I have a lot fewer friends. That may be by choice. I check on two people. In fact, when I get off here tonight, I'll call Bob. He's 96. And I'll check on him, see how he's doing. I already checked on a lady that's 80. See, I used to be a counselor all my life, and sometimes they want to stick with you even after you retire. That's fine. I don't need the money. I can live on what I can afford. I'm not rich. And don't want to be rich. What would I do with the money? I was telling someone today on the phone that when I pass away, I'll will the money to, if my wife isn't alive, one of these military nonprofit organizations. Tunnels to Tower is one of them you see on TV. That will help the people who were almost killed in wars. A lot of people will donate to the church, others to their school, college. So you think about things like this as you get older. Now, in ending, let me say that I've noticed some deficiencies going on. Not sleeping well. And this, what I mean by this is that it takes me sometimes hours to fall asleep. Now, I found out why. Don't eat after 5 if you can prevent that. I sometimes would eat before going to bed, and it would be 5 to 7:30. It could be 5 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. before the food was digested enough for me to go to sleep. And that's even with sleeping medicine. And that one where it was 7:30, I was afraid of taking so much sleeping medicine I was going to overdose, because I may be taking herbs, and I may be taking medicine, and I may be taking Tylenol, something to relax me. So sleep is one problem. And then wanting to sleep past 11 or 12 comes with that, of course. If you don't get enough sleep, if you go to sleep that time, and things start setting in on your body like neuropathy, some pain coming up usually your left leg, but then it goes up to your arm, and people take medicine for that. I've just noticed this for myself on my right leg. About 4 hours before I would get up, there will be pain. And a Tylenol and 2 ibuprofens, if you mix them together, or 3 ibuprofens, has the same effect that Loratab or hydrocodone will have. Now, I learned this from doctors. 500 milligram, this is what I was told to do. 500 milligram of Tylenol. That's also called extra strength Tylenol. And then your ibuprofen's 200 milligrams each. I was told by different doctors, add 3 to the Tylenol. Another one would say 4. I'll stop at 4. And let me tell you that the pain, and other people I shared this with said the pain disappeared within half an hour. Didn't come back during the day. Now, when I was told that, I thought this ain't gonna work. When the first doctor told me that. Since then, I've asked other doctors if they had heard this, that this is more powerful. This is more powerful than hydrocodone, and they said, yeah, it is. But the doctors don't suggest it. The reason I found it is because I went to dentist, and dentists were told not to give pain pills. Well, I'm not talking about oral surgery, but I mean if you have other things happening and you're waiting for a dental appointment, they'll tell you, take this. I even have it written out where they hand it out. One dentist gave me that, and it was that formula. Now, I mention that because I found it worked for me. I am not suggesting it or recommending it or prescribing it to anyone. I'm just telling you what worked for me. Well, we're getting ready to close right now. If you want to know how I make a living in the stock market, as well as I mentioned Social Security. But I just use Social Security actually to pay I have a mortgage payment on this house because we had a flood in the basement from too much rain, and the water came in 2 times. And with all the work we had done, we had to get a mortgage. So the mortgage is what I use Social Security for. Also pay for Medicare. What is the Medicare B out of it? The supplementary insurance, I have that, and I have the insurance for medical. So that uses up a lot of most of the Social Security money. It's maintenance money for my health, maintenance money for the for the health, for the mortgage, and the mortgage payment that they take out is just paying the interest. It's not paying on what I actually owe right now. That gives me an extra 100 or 2 or 3 to mess around with if I want to buy something that is necessary. I only buy things that are necessary. And now when I say I go out to eat, okay, it could be McDonald's, it could be Arby's, or it could be a sports bar. It's not any luxury place. So I'm hoping nothing else will go wrong with the house. It just seems like I paid $200 labor, I think it was yesterday, to fix some things here. And then the parts that he had get from Lowe's was $90. I gave him 100 and he gave me 10 back. I said, no, you keep the other 10. He said, no, you keep it. That's the type of guy he is. His name's Mike. So, if you're in the Madison area or close to the Madison, Indiana area and you need a handyman, call, let me know and I'll give you his phone number. That's all for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that. Our little chat. Can we call this just a old man's chat? Just sharing what's going on right now. Because when I got on here, I didn't know what I was going to say. I'm free and easy, freewheeling, all this stuff. And I want to be that way. And I think that the few subscribers I have are subscribers that appreciate me being that way. And yeah, I'd like for you to subscribe if you want to. If you think you'd like to hear me talk, and yeah, if you want to put you like this, that's great too. I appreciate any positive feedback I get. So far, I've lost 2 subscribers since I began. I talked to a friend of mine. He said he loses a subscriber, at least one, every time he puts up a video. So I'm doing pretty good. I've got way over 100 videos up and I've only lost 2 subscribers. So that's, maybe it's my style, maybe they feel sorry for me. I can't tell you exactly why I'm being treated so nice with comments, and but you're a gentle person. I appreciate you visiting, and I'll try to put something on each day. This is the second one for today. So the other one has to do with the stock market. Take care. God bless you. Hope to see you soon.